Aloha, everyone. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly, and I am coming to you today just about my contemplations for today. I don't watch TV that often, but I do love Bridgerton, and I always get Netflix just for that show and then cancel. um, and it's really interesting to watch the different relationships, watch how people move through time. And as it pertains to this world, we are in this universe, and every universe has a goal, an achievement, something that you're learning. In this universe is the challenging of love. And so, of course, we're obsessed with kind of love outside of ourselves. And one of the things for myself is I do choose myself. And I really love love. And I haven't been being in any kind of relationships for a long time. And I asked myself about that because I had something coming up while I was watching Bridgerton. And what was coming up was this energy that said, oh, well, I don't think that's actually real. I don't think those relationships are real. And then so I go through a process where I question my thoughts, right? Do I actually believe that? Where's this root coming from? Because I function in the world as healed and balanced, and I have made that declaration. And when we make a declaration that we are healed and balanced, patterns start to remove themselves that were previously there. So often when we make this declaration, there's are you sure? And there's okay, great, let's dispel that from the physical body, the physical avatar, that which no longer matches that frequency. And so when I was going through my reframe of my own thought patternings, I went through, why do you think that? And it went through, I'm scared. Why would you be scared? And then what it came to was my mother. So some of you know my background story. I grew up without much money in the country. My mother was highly psychic and not before her time, we'll say. So she was not responded to well. It wasn't okay for her to be an oracle. It wasn't okay for her to say that things were different. So how she numbed that was through drugs and alcohol. And there's a family patterning of drug addiction. So I was estranged from my mom from the time I was 5. And then she passed at 43 years old, and I was in my mid-20s, right? And so when I was looking at this universe, when I got all the way down to the root of the patterning and looking at the universe, that this universe is to challenge love, what would be the biggest challenge to love? Would it not be the mother, right? Having the mother be absent is a huge challenge to love, right? If there is a thought or a patterning of, I'm not chosen by my mother, I'm not welcomed by my mother. And we all have different things with our moms. It's part of the human experiment and the human experience that those that brought us into this existence, there are things to clear with that. And we can be healed right now. We can choose that. And what I saw with that and how it was such a beautiful process, because as soon as I went to, oh, no wonder my mother had to play this role or be that particular actor of being absent, is because the love was so challenged. Only those with the largest amount of light, the largest amount of love to give, the largest amount of presence to give to the world, they're going to be challenged harder. And so I went, oh, okay, great. We don't have to do that one anymore. And it just reoriented in my system. My whole body lit up. I did cry. The way that we change energy is through water. We're mainly water, salt water clears. So that's sweat, tears, and the ocean. Okay. And so this reintegration happened, this involution that said, I choose me. And I was already choosing me, and it showed me where that thought pattern was being a little bit off balance. And I got to get down to the root and allow it to, in real time, soften my body, to alchemize, to come into a space of involution, right? And be in my being, that I get to be my own mother. And even if the mother didn't show up for you, even if the father didn't show up for you, even if those around you didn't show up for you that were supposed to be family, you are still loved. In fact, you're so loved, and your capacity to love is so big that the family members had to present in that way so that you could choose you, right? And so I just wanted to give that word of encouragement, to share what my process, what I went through, because we are in this year in 2026 of great change. And it is my goal to help others to be inside their own stability and to claim themselves as healed, balanced, to be in your sovereignty and your autonomy as a being. Be authentic, be real, okay? And so that's the real thing. Those things do come up. Even after we are walking through the world as healed, there's things that sometimes are leaving the body and leaving the system that are being integrated and alchemized in order for us to truly embody authentically, not out in the clouds, not I got to do all this extra healing work, truly embody authentically the presence, right? Our own presence, our own song. And so, so thank you guys so much. Thanks for listening. So if there's any feelings of challenge, or you feel like love is being challenged at this time, remember that you are more, that the greatest light is the one that's going to be in darkness, right? Because you're here to open that light to the world and to emit your own frequency. So I just wanted to encourage you guys. Love you so much. And until next time, aloha.